Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of our VGC 19 battle series. We're here today kicking off again with this Yveltal Groudon team. We played it all this week and it's been a lot of fun, so if you've missed any of the matches from this week, go up above here. I'll put a card up and you can go and check those matches out. There's been some incredible games. We had the most incredible game ever on Monday, so if you haven't seen that, go back, check that out. As I say, I'll link it up there, and we'll just get into things today. So as always, before we start our battles and all that shenanigan, if you do enjoy this sort of content, make sure that you do support the channel by leaving a like, subscribe to the channel as well so you don't miss any of these daily battle series that we have coming out. We're doing 2 matches per day again now, so it's very exciting. And also leave your comments in the comment section below. I'm just going to go with Trainer version 1 music today. I'm kind of getting a little bit, it's like I keep chopping and changing the music all the time, and I don't know, I don't feel like I'm getting a bit tired of all the tracks. I mean, the Cosmo version 2, could we throw it in there? There's a question for you. I do love that track. I do love that track. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to find an opponent. But let's see. Should we do the Cosmo version 2? Or we should have probably kept that till the next match, but it's going to take a little while for us to find an opponent. We can do it, and we've got it locked in. We've got our first opponent of the day, Japanese player, 1577 rating, and what better time than to hop over to a team preview screen with Groudon, Yveltal, Tapu Koko, Venusaur, Incineroar, and Stakataka. So we've got the mirror here. Very interesting one for us to kick off today. Things that we need to be very, very aware of is that Venusaur. But for that reason, we need to make sure that we are utilizing that Tapu Fini here. I think one of the leads that I want to go with here is Tapu Fini and Incineroar. Just to make sure that we've got that terrain up. We've got to be a bit careful though. I might actually go with Groudon. Oh, do we? I'm just worried about the Tapu Koko switching in turn 1 to overwrite our terrain. It can't. Ignore me. We'll go Fini, we'll go Groudon in the back, and we'll go Yveltal. All things I think we need. But it does leave us a little bit. We still got Fini to deal with. Yveltal, we've got our own Yveltal, we've got Groudon, Fire Punch, the Heal Pulse, the Swagger will be nice as well, support. So yeah, I think we're alright with that, so let's get into this one. Good luck to my opponent, and hopefully it's an exciting episode for you all to watch. Hope you're all well as well, doing good this week, having a nice week, and enjoying life, and everything's going fine. But we are nearly at the weekend now, so yay for weekend. I'm gonna say Incineroar and Tapu Fini come out for ourselves, and Yveltal and Tapu Koko come out for my opponent, so not too bad. I do think sometimes Stakataka is not bad in this matchup. It does threaten a lot on my opponent's side of the field, but in a Groudon matchup I never really feel massively comfortable bringing it, just because of that Tectonic Rage threat that it has. I can just remove it from the field so easily. I know you're using up a resource on your opponent's side of the field, but for that same reason it does make it a bit difficult. What I'm going to do is fake out Koko, and I'm going to go for a Icy Wind. Because if this isn't a Assault Vest Yveltal, which I imagine it is, it can't protect. And it would make sense that we go for the fake out into that slot. Because the Koko can protect like it is doing here, but at the same time we don't want to risk the Koko throwing out a Z move, which in these sort of builds potentially got the Z move. So there's the Oblivion Wing coming out straight away from the Yveltal. It's going to be into the Tapu Fini, chipping that down, probably trying to put it in range for a Gigavolt Havoc to pick up the knockout onto it. But we will get a miss with Icy Wind, just absolutely wasting that turn. It's such a dumb move, like, I mean, I don't know what to say. I just really, yeah, 95% accurate misses more than Lovely Kiss. How does that make sense? Yeah, but never mind, let's not get too salty. I haven't got the salty I haven't got the salty pop-up on this. There's the Z move from the Koko. Come on, be into Groudon. Yeah, there we go. And just doubling into that slot, making sure they're getting the most out of it in case the Groudon comes in and they're wasting the Z move. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense doing that. I mean, Let's bring in Finny. So annoying that we missed that Icy Wind, because like in this situation now we could heal pulse Groudon and Precipice Blades, but because we're slower than the Yveltal, we can't utilize that play. So we'll protect Groudon, because the foul play damage coming out is not going to be great. Grass not coming into the Groudon as well, not ideal. Foul play as well. Icy Wind. It does actually hit. Okay, so that helps us. But again, now the Tapu Koko would be slower than Finny going into the next turn. If well, the first one wouldn't have hit anyway because of the protect. But I'm just trying to get my anger out at that first miss. So frustrating. Grass Knot's a bit awkward for us. I think we'll Nature's Madness the Yveltal. I don't know if the Koko goes for a Grass Knot here. I feel like it probably does. But I think we take a Grass Knot. It's just we probably don't take a Grass Knot and another attack. But the Koko's got to feel threatened after the Icy Wind, so I feel like maybe, because we could potentially Swagger Groudon and Fire Punch the Yveltal. I'm going to do that. I don't know if it'll be enough, but a +2 Fire Punch in the sun will do a hell of a lot of damage. There's a Volt Switch, so we're not going to see the Grass Knot. But if this Yveltal goes foul play into the Groudon after we Swagger it, it's not going to be good, especially if we miss the kill. And we're only going to be +1, so yeah, foul play will knock us out, I'd imagine. That pretty much loses us the game because we don't then have a way to, unless this misses, which it doesn't. Okay. We should have just went Heal Pulse, diving in way too. Oh my god, we don't even outspeed it after an Icy Wind. There's a good way to set up our opponent to win a match. Yeah, we can't really win this game now. Because the Koko is just too difficult to deal with, I think, without Groudon. We will try and let's knock off the Incineroar. I don't think we get an attack off with Yveltal right now. It's a speedy Yveltal though. It's very fast Yveltal. So most Assault Vest variants are quite slow, but obviously this one's not. So I'm making assumptions as well, which is costing us, but I mean, it happens. No fake out, we're just going to see a pivot out from the Incineroar. We do get rid of the berry and we're just going to see Oblivion Wing come out. So I think the thing for us to like start doing now is snarling. Yeah, the Koko comes in I think now. And the Koko just protects. Yeah. The Koko definitely protects this turn. Because of the fake out, it doesn't take any risks. It doesn't want to be faked out. So what we'll do is go U-turn and snarl. Yeah, there's a protect from the Koko. We're just reducing the damage of this Yveltal's Oblivion Wings. That's the big thing for us here. It's gone foul play. Okay. And then the other thing is we get the Tapu Fini and we've still got Yveltal Incineroar in the back to bring in. We get rid of this electric terrain. Still got to be a bit wary about the Tapu Koko having the Z move. No, it's used the Z move, hasn't it? Yeah, into Groudon, of course. And so the sunlight does fade. I'm going to Heal Pulse. No, I'm not. I'm going to go for another Icy Wind. And I'm going to go for another Snow. And hopefully hit the Coco with it. We'll probably see it Volt switch out and Incineroar come in. Yeah. Like, I think, like I said, like losing Groudon the way we did, it was a silly play, especially when we weren't sure at that point. We've kind of walked into it ourselves, losing like that, but I mean, we'll see what we can do. I think we just rushed into it a bit too much in that situation. I already hate that I'm putting this actual particular matchup, because it could have been easily avoided. And our resources are so broken now, so broken. Yeah, I'm actually just going to forfeit this match because we can't really. Well, I mean, we've got a way to hit the Yveltal, the opposing Yveltal for sure, so we can try and eke this out. It's just it's just very difficult with our own and like just what we've got left. I mean, I can Oblivion Wing the opposing Yveltal. Probably got the Assault Vest. We probably would have been better off going for a knockoff early on. We've not really thought this one out massively well. There's a fake out from the opposing Incineroar into ours. We're not going to get an Oblivion Wing off. Let's see. I mean, yeah, we need to knock it off. If we got knockoff and then Oblivion Wing, then we'll get it. And I think what I've got to do is just Flare Blitz into this Incineroar, hoping that it pivots out for the Coco. But at the same time, it makes me want to Snarl. But we'll get the Snarl off before the Incineroar can pivot out anyway. So yeah, we'll get this knockoff. Let's get rid of this Assault Vest. Yeah, another foul play. Gotta hope the opposing Incineroar gets the U-turn off first, and we can catch this Coco. That's actually just going to go Flare Blitz. It's not even going to mess around with switching in. Doesn't want to potentially come in on Tapu Koko. And we'll get another Flare Blitz off into this Incineroar. Like, that's our only win con, I think, at this point, is actually getting the Tapu Koko on the switch with a Flare Blitz and critting it, because otherwise it just wins. And we should get the Yveltal here with our Oblivion Wing. Yeah. But it's taken us way too long to do this. And by not bringing Coco or Stack Attacker to this match, it's made it so much more difficult. You can see from my opponent's stance, they brought their Coco. It's doing so much work for them. So... And now we might be able to get it down to... Oof, nearly. Yeah, like the Coco just comes in now and we lose. And then, like, once Yveltal's gone, we got no matchup against Groudon. So... And Groudon's definitely in the back. But we'll play it out to see what happens. Let's go for a Snarl. Might think Yveltal's got the Protect for some reason, I don't know why. It's kind of obvious that it's got the Assault Vest already. There's a Thunderbolt. Is it going? Yeah, of course it goes into that slot. Probably see the Incineroar on my opponent's side of the field U-turn out, and I feel like I can feel a forfeit coming on very quickly. Unless this is, well, I mean, even if this is Groudon, okay? The sun comes up, we take down the Tapu Koko, proc a berry, then we've got a hope. And then there's no hope, because then there's Fake Out and Precipice Blades. The only hope is Fake Out, Precipice Blades misses, and then we crit the Groudon with a huge Flare Blitz, burn it, and then, yeah. So there is win conditions, but they're all RNG based and janky as hell. So, yeah, we'll get the Coco here. This should proc our berry as well, I mean the recoil. No, just out of range. So Fake Out from the opposing Incineroar. Proc our berry. We're going to hope for the Precipice Blades to miss. Then we're going to hope that we're faster than the Groudon, which we're not going to be. Might be Iron Ball Groudon. Could be. You never know. But we've got to ignore the opposing Incineroar. for the moment and hope that it takes itself down with a Flare Blitz. But it probably just U-turns if my opponent's smart about it. Swords Dance. There we are. There he is. Right, Pessimist Blades could miss a bunch of times. We needed to miss like twice. Could the cat prevail? I mean, this will be the most ridiculous win in the history of wins if we win this. Fire Punch. Wow. +2 does a lot, doesn't it? Yeah, not even gonna risk. Not even gonna risk the Flare Blitz, and our Flare Blitz will be enough to. We're just gonna be self-destructive, take our own cat down. It's nowhere near enough, even with like, yeah, it's just a big, fat, bulky Groudon. So yeah, well done to my opponent. I think. More than getting beat there, we walked into ourselves. If we'd just been a bit smarter and took our time a little bit more, we could have played that one. So again, as time and time again goes by on these episodes, one thing that always kind of transcends through to players is just think through your turns. Don't rush into anything. It doesn't matter in these situations because we're on the ladder. The ladder doesn't count for anything. It's just those tournament situations. So like I said, transition that into tournament play. Just rather than rush into turns, sit back. Think about everything that's going on. We didn't consider a lot of different situations there, and that's where we went wrong. So a good lesson for you guys at home not to do that. And that's why I purposely do these plays, so they're good examples for you guys at home not to do. No one's buying that either. Hopefully we can find our next opponent. I'm going to stick with Trainer version 1. Music, so let's see it. There we go. A Japanese player, 1588. This is peak time, Japan time, so this is great. Let's move into team preview. I'm gonna see Xerneas, Groudon, Incineroar, Kartana, Tapu Fini, and oh wow, yes, Rotom Heat. Here we go. Excellent. Lovely seeing one of the Rotoms in a team build. We've got the kind of common Xerneas Groudon build with the like support options with Tapu Fini there. It's going to have speed control, probably with Icy Wind. Kartana potentially has Tailwind. Incineroar going to do lots of stuff, and then the Rotom Heat is just brilliant to see, really good to see, and really awkward for us to play against as well. I think we're going to have to probably bring Stack Attacker here. Again, it's difficult though against like what we've seen in the last match with the Groudon. It does threaten Stack Attacker quite a lot. The problem is we haven't really got too many options to hit this Rotom Heat with, and it threatens a lot of things on our side of the field. We could rely on Yveltal for sure, and that might not be a bad lead in general. Go on Yveltal and Incineroar, but it's what we bring in the back. It is what we bring in the back. We definitely 100% need Groudon. But what do we bring in the last three? I think Stack Attacker is probably the one, especially with the Xerneas there. Yeah, let's go with it. And good luck to my opponent, and hopefully it's a good one. I feel like Groudon Xerneas has got a lot better as well in the Moon series with access to that Z move now. I think you can support a Xerneas a lot better than you could in the Sun series now with access to that. We're going to see Incineroar and Rotom come out for my my opponent. So I think here we just fake out the Rotom and Snarl, because we'll probably just trade fake outs if anything, and I don't really mind too much if the Incineroar goes out for Yveltal. We just need to try and get a Snarl onto that Rotom. And Xerneas isn't too much of an issue because we've got Roar on our own Incineroar. So if it does go for a Geomancy boost, I mean we've got that in our kind of locker. So there's fake out into our Incineroar. Wow. Can we see a Z move from the opposing Rotom? Snarl thankfully not missing the actual target that we wanted to hit, getting the special attack drop on that Rotom, and just a Thunderbolt coming out, which will be to Yveltal. But yeah, doing still good damage and revealing the Life Orb there on that Rotom. So I think we could probably just go Snarl again and then pivot out onto the Incineroar here. I don't know what my opponent's going to be doing though. We're not going to see a switch out. I'm just going to see Rotom stay in and get another Snarl off into it. We'll probably see Incineroar going to stay in. I'm going to see a Volt Switch. That makes a lot of sense. But because of those Snarls, we're taking them a lot easier. So I wonder if we see a double pivot from my opponent this next turn. And Xerneas coming in. And what's the opposing Incineroar going to do? Yeah, it goes U-turn into our Incineroar. Oh, we see come in for it though. Will the Rotom come back in, or will it be the Groudon? It's going to be the Rotom. Okay. Don't really want to bring the Groudon just yet, because if that Rotom's got Overheat, it will be doing a heck of a lot of damage. I'll bring Stack Attacker in. And I think we just got Trick Room here. And bring in Incineroar. But I don't know if the Xerneas will set up now. I think you probably Moonblast into the Yveltal slot and then Overheat into the Stacker or Will-O-Wisp. But it's not likely that the Rotom's got Will-O-Wisp because it's got the Volt Switch, so you would imagine it probably protect Volt Switch, Overheat, Thunderbolt. So there's Incineroar coming in for us. Xerneas protecting. Rotom gone, Thunderbolt. Very passive play here for my opponent. Very risky as well. So we get the Trick Room up now. We can throw out Rock Slides all we want now, which is it's pretty crazy that my opponent's allowing us to do that. I'm just going to U-turn into the Xerneas and I'm going to Rock Slide. Because I fully expect the Xerneas to switch out here and Incineroar come in, so catching the Incineroar with a Rock Slide would be really nice. Ooh, I like switch. Not okay. That's interesting. It's probably to avoid the potential Gyro Ball coming out from us, but we do get a Beast Boost, which is always helpful. U-turn. Now we can get Groudon in. I think getting rid of the Rotom Heat opens the door a little bit for Groudon to come in and actually do some work. My opponent could be ballsy enough to go Geomancy here. It's probably something I'd consider doing, especially if you've got the Incineroar to come in with the Fake Out the next turn. Just gonna go Moonblast though. Gonna be into Groudon. Do some nice damage as well. And we're gonna see the Incineroar coming for sure. For sure. My opponent's probably got Groudon, so at the same time, yeah, Groudon's a nice option for my opponent to bring in as well. I wonder if we go Precipice Blades into the Groudon and Gyro Ball. Will that be enough to pick up the Groudon? I don't think it will be. No, I don't think it will be. I could just sit here and just throw out a Precipice Blades and just protect Stack Attacker. Ugh. I feel like the Xerneas protects, yeah. Just getting damage off into the opposing Groudon is quite important for us right now. It's the one thing that's causing us a lot of problems. But it's nice knowing that our Groudon actually underspeeds the opposing Groudon. Yeah, there's the Z move. Tech Rage. Where's this going to be though? Is this going to be into our Stack Attacker? Feels wasteful. Well, I don't know if it is wasteful, if it is, because it's the one thing that's preventing the Xerneas setting up right now. If you can get rid of that, then it does make it easier, yeah. So, we're not going to see that. Just a bit conscious now of, I think one thing we could potentially do is just go Precipice Blades again. And I mean, we still got Yveltal, so we're not in the worst position ever. I don't think the Xerneas stays in. I think the Incineroar comes in now, so I'm going to Rock Slide rather than Gyro Ball into that Xerneas. Yeah. So we lose Stacker here, regardless of what happens. I think, well, the Precipice Blades hits. But we'll do a nice chunk of damage to this opposing Incineroar. I don't think we're going to be able to pick up... Oh, we might. It might be in range, -1, Precipice Blades. Thank you so much. I hate Precipice Blades so much. How many turns of Trick Room we got left? 1. Okay, let's bring in Incineroar and let's just protect Stacker. We got the fake out pressure this turn. We need to readjust. We can't lose Stacker so freely. I hate Precipice Blades. Hate it. Okay, so we'll get the Intimidate. That's super important for us. And then next turn we've got a nice switch into Yveltal to avoid any Precipice Blades damage from opposing Groudon, although it probably picks up the knockout onto our Incineroar now. Yeah. And we do lack ways to actually hit the Groudon if we bring in yeah. So I'm gonna bring in Groudon now and then switch Stacker out to Yveltal. Precipice Blade should be enough to take down the Incineroar from this range for sure. I don't think it'll be enough to take down the opposing Groudon, but we can get rid of that, and then keeping Stacker for the Xerneas late game isn't a bad idea. There's a Gyro Ball, we'll just win it, so see what we can do. See what we can do. There's the Incineroar going out. I mean, not a massive fan of that play, to be honest, because Xerneas is the one thing now. If you can get rid of my Stack Attacker, Xerneas can do a lot of work, but if it's taking Precipice Blade damage in the process, it's not really super ideal. Pausing Precipice Blades. They don't miss though, do they? With their snot green looking Groudon, which is awful. Oh my god, come on. Like, really? I mean, what can you do? What can you do? You can't really do. I think we lose this now, to be honest. Because a foul play is not going to be enough to take down the opposing Groudon. We need to Snarl as well, just in case. I'm going to foul play the opposing Groudon, but I think we just lose this now. There's 2 Precipice Blade misses on the opposing Groudon. So big for us right now. Like, that's the one thing we need to get rid of, and then Stack Attacker can do like some work, but in such a bad position. So my opponent protecting Xerneas, which I don't know why he would do that. Kind of opening the game Rock Tomb, okay. We just need to ensure that our Precipice Blades hits. Come on. I don't know if this will be enough. We're not intimidated. Oh, are you for real? Are you for real? Really? Really? This is what makes me sick sometimes at VGC. Like, this is just, it's just such a stupid thing. Like, RNG is like, I'd love to play a game. There is a game coming out very soon, very similar to Pokemon. I think in the next year, that has no RNG, none. And I will 100% move to that over this all the time. And this is not some rant, some salty rant, but I just think I would like 100% move to that over this anytime. Are we gonna proc a berry on that Incineroar? We do take down the Xerneas. I don't know why, like, my opponent could have won this a million times. But I think we can win this now. Like, I genuinely think we can win this. We sack Stack Attacker this turn. We protect Groudon from the fake out. Bring in Yveltal. We foul play in Precipice Blades, or Tectonic Rage. So my opponent's let us back into this game 100%. I'm just gonna Rock Slide just to get some damage on this Incineroar. But yeah, RNG, I do hate it. Like, people argue it makes it an exciting element of the game, but I would much prefer not to have it in the game at all. So I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm gonna see a Fire Punch and a Flare Blitz. Don't know if this will be enough to get the stacker. Ooh. Rock Slide probably won't be enough to get the Incineroar. Oh, it is. Okay. Now we just stay in because we can just Gyro Ball, Precipice Blades, and Yveltal just wins. Which we shouldn't have won this game. We shouldn't have won this game. Like, there's no way we should have won this game. But I'm not complaining. Let's not go. Let's go Z-move because we don't want to have another miss, like miss about 20 and my opponent just forfeits. Okay, so good game to my opponent, and that wraps up today's episode, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed it. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Leave a like, subscribe, all that jazz. Have a great day, guys. Whatever you're doing, have a great afternoon, morning, whatever time of day it is, and I'll see you for the next one very soon. So until then, take care of yourselves and bye bye.